Good evening, welcome to the Glazov gang. Our gang members this evening, Josh Brewster, a broadcaster and writer, and you can visit his site at Hockeytalk.biz. Dwight Schultz, back by popular demand, he played Murdock on the A-Team. And Tom Trento, all the way from Florida, of UnitedWest.org, one of the leading counter-jihad organizations in the United States. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Great to be here.
With great pride and confidently I can say this is the Glazov gang dream team.
Oh, here we go.
Dwight, can you tell our new two Glazov gang members the rule about the Glazov gang?
No.
Do you know it?
Yes, I think I know it.
Okay, tell them.
Well, I don't know the exact words.
Okay, they can
check out, but you're always a member of the team.
That's right. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
leave.
It's like the Communist Party.
Exactly.
I like
Yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome to the program. This evening, the stoning of the Christians in Dearborn, Michigan. This is happening in the United States of America, and the Christians were getting stoned by a Muslim crowd, and the police took action and reprimanded the Christians and told them to leave. This is happening in the
You're
United
making that
States.
up.
Not in Egypt, not in the Middle East. Tom, you are here from Florida. You were directly involved, if I'm not mistaken, in filming this, and you're taking action on this. Give us a Coles Notes version of what's happening.
Very quickly, we have been involved in filming previous years. This year we weren't the film team that was in Dearborn, but we took the film team's raw video and made a 22-minute expose on the first time on American soil. We have a no-go zone. Dearborn, Michigan is a Sharia-compliant no-go zone for Americans. American Muslims were stoning Christians in Dearborn on the 15th of June, 2012. Mark that date. It's really a day in infamy in the United States of America.
We're going to show a short clip of what happened there. Let's take a look.
We moving? Yeah, we're
responsibility of policing the entire festival. And obviously, your conduct is such that it's causing a disturbance, and it's a direct threat to the safety of everyone here. Someone could get hurt. You already have blood on your face. One of the festival people, one of my officers, anybody can get hurt. So we're going to escort you out.
The problem is, when you're not around, that's when they start throwing things and become a little bit more aggressive than what you see.
Okay, I understand that, and I don't disagree with you. But part of the reason that they throw things on stuff is because you tell them stuff, that enrages them.
In fact, we're not even preaching. So it's obviously the signs. Now the signs are going to be illegal. I mean, we're not even talking. My thing is, if you just have a couple of officers there.
It's not your call. We've been very gentle and very, very respectful to you. You are jeopardizing public safety. And you need to understand, it's going overboard. We don't have the coverage, okay? If we protect you, and we have two officers that can protect you, it'll work great. It's impossible to do so. You're attracting a crowd and you're affecting public safety, and you need to understand that.
So the signs are affecting public safety. If you have a couple of uniforms, like
I don't have a couple of uniforms. There's 100,000 people who come to this festival, and I got about 25 to 30 officers.
Well, just two officers. If you think it's a threat, so you're going to jeopardize free speech. You want to stop.
I'm not trying to jeopardize free speech.
That's what you're doing.
Keep going, please.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not trying to jeopardize free speech at all.
free speech.
I'm not. The whole festival is free speech.
Let me ask you this. If we don't leave, are we going to get arrested?
Probably.
I just need to know yes or no. That's like me probably saying yes, we'll stay or not.
No, probably we will cite you all. Yeah. If that's what you want, I mean, I don't understand what good that does.
I just need to know if I'm going to be arrested or not. If you just thought it was a good idea that we walk away. If you're telling me that we're going to get arrested, that's what I need to know. Are you telling me that we're going to get arrested if we...
I'm not telling you they're going to be arrested, but you are a danger to the public safety.
Okay, they kick us out of the festival because they can't spare any police officers to protect us. And here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Any in front? Yeah. How many in front? How many in front? All right, that's at least 12. That's at least 12 cops they can spare to pull us over during a police escort, but they can't spare 2 to protect us during the festival.
Wow, this is absolutely just incredible. Dwight, your thoughts on this?
Well, it's an embarrassment and a crime. It is really a crime because the Constitution of the United States protects individuals and free speech. It's the First Amendment. You can pass out pamphlets. You can stand on a corner holding a sign saying the end is near. You can wear a shirt that says Jesus saves, and you cannot be stoned. And you cannot be stoned, have the police come in and not protect you, but protect those who are throwing the rocks. It is criminal. It's a criminal act. It really is. We have a vigilante president. Now we have a vigilante police force. Americans have to take note of this because it's not going to get better until some major crackdown occurs.
Before we move on to the wisdom of Josh Brewster, gentlemen, Trayvon Martin, for whatever happened there, is a name in the national consciousness now. Even Barack Obama said his name. Why do we have a president that hasn't said the names of the Christians that were the victims in this case? What are these double standards of who is a victim and the victims that don't get any attention and are dismissed?
It's unconscionable that the president, who engages on some of the most trivial issues and has little beer meetings to sort them out, is witness, and he spoke 2 months earlier in April of this year, he spoke in Dearborn using his Muslim name, Barack Hussein Obama. He knows that city inside out, yet he can't find his tongue on this issue. That's an indictment against this president indeed.
He has spent, the entire administration has just spent the last 2.5 years removing the political aspects of Islam from the government. They are prohibiting the truth from being told in our police and in our military. He is doing this. This is purposeful. We are going back to. We were talking about this earlier. This is very reminiscent of what was going on in the 40s and 50s with communism in the United States. And make no mistake about it, the Muslim Brotherhood is using the communist playbook. But we, at this moment in time, have a president who seems to be reading the same pages.
Josh Brewster.
Well, one of the things that strikes me, having watched Tom's video, is that the local media that handles the case really doesn't want to go after the people who are perpetrating this nonsense with stoning these Christians. Now, of course, if you go to a lot of sporting events, you'll see people who are very obviously very devout evangelical Christians, and they're down there, but nobody pays it any mind because, of course, this is America. The idea that we have a selective enforcement of what we consider to be racist or anti-Semitic or prejudiced, if it falls only along the lines of what the color of the victim is or the color of the perpetrator is, this is all coming to a head now, Jamie, because it's just a matter of time before common American people say, listen, we're not going to have double and triple standards. It's the double and triple standards, and it's the media's reaction, non-reaction, and this constant fear of being called Islamophobic to hold them to the same standards that you hold everybody else. And this is all coming to a head now, Jamie, and it's got to come to a head because these double and triple standards are killing us.
Now, just a sec. So let's put it this way. If it was Reverend Sharpton, Jesse Jackson holding a little demonstration.
Yeah, people throw stuff at him. You can imagine what would happen, right? You can imagine, yeah.
They're, right?
You don't even need the Klan. You could just have a bunch of white people throwing stuff at him. It'd be handled all differently, Jamie.
Before we move on, Josh, why this double standard, if you were to crystallize it in a sentence or two?
Multiculturalism is the death of the West. American diversity is our freedom, but multiculturalism, the idea that some are more equal than others, is exactly that.
And this is what I always wonder, multiculturalism.
And it has been
Who gets
embraced.
to be part of a culture? Is it pedophiles as well? Is it serial killers? I mean, there's just...
Some are more virtuous than others.
Think
Some
of
are
this,
more
real rocks being thrown and people being hit because they're Christians. Just think of the healthcare bill in Clyburn, the Black Caucus, walking with Nancy Pelosi. No one spit, no one called any names. But what happened? They manufactured it and the media jumped on it for weeks.
Good point.
And conflated it completely.
Tom, before we get also your commentary on some of the things that have been said, give us the update. There was something that happened 2 days after this incident as well. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the video that your audience just saw was June 15th, 2012. 2 days later, Father's Day, these brave Christian guys, and I don't know them, I've never met them. We took their film and made a story about them. They went to the mosque, the Dearborn Mosque, the largest one in the United States, and they were preaching out in front of the mosque on public space, and the people were coming out and screaming and yelling at them as they walked by. But they were exercising their First Amendment rights, and all of a sudden a Muslim by the name of Mohammed jumps in an SUV, flies over the grass, over the sidewalk, and goes right at them, and 9 of the Christian guys had to dive out of the way. They were missed by inches. The police happened to be watching the whole thing, got dash cam video of it, chased the guy, cornered him, arrested him, locked him up, and charged him with 9 counts of attempted murder. You haven't seen this anywhere in the mainstream media. And the guy immediately bonded out, got a big-time attorney, and now we have a second element to this bizarre story.
And it's not on CNN, it's not on MSNBC.
That's a crime.
If it wasn't, it's just incredible, these double standards. But what's happening is, in many respects, our media and the White House is actually doing the bidding of the Muslim Brotherhood.
It's amazing.
Well, of the Obama administration. That's what they're doing. The media is doing the bidding of the Obama administration. Who is doing the bidding?
The heavy lifting of the Brotherhood.
The Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Josh, some final thoughts before we...
Well, listen, political correctness is gonna kill us, because the fact of the matter is we're beyond equality. That would be a great book for someone to write. We're beyond equality now. We're all about preference, and we're all about different grades, grading people differently because of their different cultures. This is all nonsense. And the fact of the matter is that political correctness will be the death of the West.
And it's incredible that our media cannot even say Christians were stoned by Muslims and who are carrying out the theology of their religions. Because in Islam, there is the teaching to subjugate the non-believers and to attack them and to even kill them if they don't abide by Islam or convert to Islam.
Look what they did with Hassan Nidal. That he was Allah Akbar shooting our soldiers, and it's not radical Islam.
It wasn't a terrorist event, it was a
what do you call it? Workplace
violent
right.
event.
Workplace.
Tom, let me play the devil's advocate here.
You kind of look like the devil.
Do we have little horns?
Tom, some would argue, the Christians were being provocational. What were these signs?
So what?
That's part of speech.
Now, just a second. Tell us about them, though.
The answer is, so what?
Exactly. What were the signs, for instance? What were the Muslims provoked by?
They're provoked by the fact that they're Christians. They're provoked by the language they're using, telling them they're going to go to hell, all of this. They were provoked by the signs, and they're provoked by this pig head that was somewhere there on some sort of stick. So they're provocative. The guy is a provocateur. But that's the beauty and the depth and the wonder of the First Amendment.
Explain the pig head.
Yeah, this group of people carried a pig's head to kind of ward them off like a cross for vampires. But
what does it actually scare the Muslims away?
I don't know. I mean, who cares? Possibly, I'll take it at its worst. I'll take it as a premeditated provocation. I'll assume that that's the reason why I was there. So what? That's legal in America on public space.
And Sharia is being practiced on our territory when it comes to
liberal racism, the low expectations of looking at, let's say, Arabic people, Muslim people, and saying, you have such low expectations, you wouldn't hold them to the same standard of conduct that you'd hold anybody else. That's the low expectations of liberal racism.
For this segment, final word goes to you, and in your final word, please tell us...
Just remember this, who is provocative? In Great Britain, they forced Porky Pig off of the desks in offices. Pigs' pictures of cartoon off of walls. Who is being provocative? when someone says we are going to create a separate culture within your culture, who is being provocative?
Dwight, if this continues, where does this lead our country?
Well, you can look. We're going down a dangerous road. You can see it in Europe. You can just in the past few days, the Netherlands have said multiculturalism is now finished. You will become a Dutchman or a Dutch person when you come to Holland. They are through with allowing this, and is this subversion of cultures around the world.
And in our second segment, we're going to discuss how we got to this sad state of affairs. Join us tomorrow night. Good night.